Buckle up, race fans. It's time to go around the turn. Your weekly pit stop for all things NASCAR racing. From the green flag to the checkered flag, here's your host, Scotty Powell. We're going around the turn.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Bank of America Roval 400 weekend at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Action-packed week coming up in Charlotte, the home of, I would say, 95% of these teams. We have the Roval, the NASCAR Cup Series race on Sunday. We have the Blue Cross Blue Shield 250 on Saturday. The NASCAR Truck Series will be on Friday. And also IMSA, the sports cars, is going to be there on Friday and Saturday as well. So a jam-packed weekend heading into the Roval at Charlotte.
I can't wait to get there because I believe my seats are probably like right there, turn 4-ish, right there.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
It's going to be a good weekend weather-wise. I know a lot of folks are always wondering about the weather. If you are heading to Charlotte this weekend, dress warm in the mornings. Lows are going to be in the upper 40s, low 50s, but by the time you get into the afternoon hours, we're going to be back into the 70s. And fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at it, there's no rain in the forecast. The Roval, one of those events where you can bolt on the rain tires and continue racing as long as there's no lightning. But it doesn't look like we're going to have any weather issues to worry about with that. So, Warren, it was a very action-packed Hollywood Casino 400 in Kansas. We are going to take a look back and a little something extra after the end of the highlights. We're going to go in-car for the last two laps and let you see how the winner got through all of that mess.
Whose day is it going to be today in Kansas? Let's find out. Larson on the jump early. Briscoe leads them in. But look on the low line. That blue and white 5HendrickCars.com Chevy for Kyle Larson. And I guess the best way to shut everybody up is to go out there and dominate stage one. And maybe even go on and win the race. So well done, Denny Hamlin. 5th stage win this year for the JGR man.
What happens here? Oh, just Priest comes up the racetrack.
Yeah.
Gets into the side of Nemechek.
Priest needed 3 lanes to try to save whatever handling issue he was having, and he only had 2. Looks like it starts tight.
Yeah.
Then the back kind of walks around. Eric Jones is fully on the brakes.
Cindric.
Playoff driver Cindric sneaking through.
Bank and Denny Hamlin has now led 92 laps here today. Won stage 1, and Hamlin's going to win stage 2, sweeping those stages and doing everything he can do. Ready to get this going after a caution. Back to racing. 52 laps to go here in Kansas. How bad is this situation for Hamlin? How well can he manage it? Big crash into turn 1.
Caution.
Caution's back out. Wallace has the inside line. Contact. Caution is out. Oh boy, Zane Smith on his side. And over. The man who has led 160 laps today still has a chance on this final lap. Briscoe's in the wall. Bubba's hanging on. Here comes Hamlin. Driving that car with no power steering. Bubba's in the wall. He's fighting his boss for this win. Chase Elliott comes through on the inside. Oh my goodness. Chase Elliott. How about that?
just everything worked out perfect for me. Had a great push through 1 and 2. That kind of all started with the 6. And, yeah, big run off of 2. C's kind of parted and just was able to keep my momentum up. You know, that was really it. And obviously we still had pretty good tires, you know, compared to those guys. But what a crazy finish. Hope y'all enjoyed that. I certainly did. Yeah, just really proud of our team. Had a really solid weekend, win or no win. Really nice to, you know, qualify really well. But we'll certainly enjoy this, man. This is pretty cool, you know. Just never take this stuff for granted because they're hard to come by, you know, and learn that the hard way. So always enjoy it. Always appreciate it. Thanks to everybody at KBB. What a great partner. Been on board for it's our 10th year together, which is pretty cool. Chevrolet, everybody at Hendrick Motorsports. Boss, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Glad to be bringing one home.
You said the C's parted, but you kind of had to put a little door to the 11. Were you thinking this is my only shot to make it happen?
Oh, I wasn't going to lift, so I didn't know what was going to happen, but I figured, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it was what it was at that point. We were both wide open corner exit, so wherever I ended up. At that point, we were all committed, so it was, yeah, really cool just to be, restart 10th and somehow win it on a green-white checker. It's pretty neat.
Boy, what a different weekend it was this week.
So there you hear it from Chase Elliott, restarted 10th and made it to first in 2 laps. I hope you enjoyed that in-car view because I think it just shows you how intense the racing was there at the end. Chase Elliott, Alan Gustafson, the crew chief there, made a call with the second to last caution to come in and put on 4 tires where a lot of folks came in and put on 2 tires. And ultimately, I think the tires provided the grip to get him up to the front. And before I toss it to Warren, I also just want to say, how cool is it to listen to Lee Diffie call an ending of the race? I just love his enthusiasm. He just loves the sport, and you can tell every call that he has with those drivers coming to the checkered flag. He just puts his all into it, and appreciate Lee's commentary, and what a fantastic call that I think you'll be hearing a lot of over the next year or so as Chase Elliott comes from 10th to first in 2 laps to win the race.
Yes, sir. Good old Chase. I can't agree with you more about the commentary. It was fantastic, and Kansas lives up again to another fantastic finish. I couldn't believe it. We were watching on the phone. I lost the signal, turned on the radio, and they said, Chase, I was like, this has got to be joke. Are you serious? He went from that position to first, and then we watched the replay. I was like, holy cow.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that happened.
Yeah,
it was just stunning.
It was a race that Chase was consistently in the top 5, top 10 all race long. So, I mean, the team really put together a great effort. In fact, all of Hendrick really put a great effort in. And we were talking about this last week. They kind of have really got their 1.5-mile track program where it needs to be. Alex Bowman was taken out by SVG towards the end of the race, but Bowman was running in the top 10. Larson was. Now, Byron had a little bit of an off day starting the race. He was as far back as in the 20s, but there at the end was in the top 10 as well. And then Chase, you know, qualified well and raced well all race long. So it was good to see Hendrick back, getting some of their momentum back. And still, though, it was a Toyota-dominated race. Denny Hamlin led several laps, over 100 laps, in fact. And Bubba Wallace was up there, Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe. They all led laps there at the end. It was top 5 or top 6 Toyotas there at the last restart. And somehow Chase...
right place, right time.
Yeah, the seas parted because, first, green-white checkered. We had Christopher Bell and Bubba Wallace getting into it. And then we had the accident with Zane Smith, which we'll talk about here in a second. But the second one was Denny Hamlin and Bubba Wallace. Now, remember, for you casual fans who may not keep up with the sport as much as I adjust myself here in the seat, Denny owns Bubba's car. And we go back to Loudon, New Hampshire, where Denny and Ty Gibbs, teammates, were running each other pretty hard. Denny put some criticism out to Ty about racing him so hard since Ty's not in the playoffs and Denny is. Well, now Denny has a run-in with his own car, the 23 car of Bubba Wallace, and let's get the reactions of both Denny and Bubba after the race.
Marty, what an amazing day for Denny Hamlin and almost a win there at the end. Denny, how would you describe this day?
It's just super disappointing. Obviously, I wanted it bad. You know, it would have been 60 for me, and you know, team just did an amazing job with the car. Just really, really fast. Gave me everything I needed. Got the restart I needed. Just couldn't finish it there on the last corner. Obviously got really, really tight with the 23, and I just got real tight, and we let the 9 win.
Is it this place? It seems to be a riddle that is tough to solve.
Yeah, it's just mechanical failures and different things have really hindered us in years past, and we had, you know, no power steering that last run and low voltage, just a lot of things, and just couldn't. I just disappointed because I don't think I've ever had a car that good to the competition, man, I wanted it for my dad. I wanted it for everybody. Just wanted it a little too hard.
Toughed it out best he could today, Kim.
And Bubba Wallace will have to settle for a 5th place finish after being in the lead there to take the final restart. What do you make of how your team owner, Denny Hamlin, raced you there at the end?
Well, to even have a shot at the win with the way we started, I told Post, you could have fooled me because we were not good. We missed it on the fire off speed. So I just really appreciate the team. You know, 2 years ago, I'd probably say something dumb. I mean, he's a dumbass for that move, for sure. I don't care if he's my boss or not. But we're going for the win. I hate that we gave it to Chevrolet there. Toyotas were super fast, and proud to be driving one. I thought it was meant to be, and then it wasn't. And all in all, the positive, though, we were minus 26 coming in. Now we're minus 27 coming in. We're minus 26 leaving. We gained a point.
Well, I would say this. Bubba Wallace has matured a lot, because I think if this was Bubba Wallace even last year, he would have had more poignant words to say. But
I think it's because he became a dad. Same thing with Kyle Busch. I think once you have kids, your mind changes and you think about kids, and it matures you.
Yeah.
Because you have kids, and it makes you grow up a lot.
Yeah, Bubba, frustrated to say the least. You know, this most likely, unless he can go out and win at the Roval, knocks his team out of the playoffs. Not saying they're totally out of it. We'll see what happens at the Roval this weekend, but Bubba the Roval's not been too kind to Bubba in previous years. So that's Denny also knocking his team that he owns out of potentially the playoffs, with Tyler Reddick also not doing so well right now. So I could tell Denny was frustrated in that interview. That's not the typical Denny Hamlin you see. I don't know what was going on through his mind, but you could tell his headspace wasn't as it normally is. So
I think it was more emotional because he was trying to go for the 60th, and I listened to his podcast, and that's what it was. The thing about him bumping the Bub and all that stuff. He says team owner, and he's Monday through Saturday. Sunday, Denny the race car driver. So that's the way I look at it too. He's a driver. I mean, yes, that's his car, but hey, he's not thinking about that. He's racing for Joe Gibbs. Joe Gibbs pays him the money. That's what he's going there for, to win the championship for Joe Gibbs.
Yeah, Denny said Joe pays me a lot of money to go out there and win races for the team. You just kind of go back to think about what he said about Ty. You know, hey, your name's on that building. You want you would want us to win a championship, and then his name's on the 2311 building, and there he is taking his guys out.
It's a sticky situation, but I guess he's trying to put it aside. So that's tough to be in that spot.
Yeah, it really is, and it brings into all kinds of conversations that we could have in the off season. Should NASCAR allow a driver to drive for one team and own another team? There's a lots of ins and outs to that. So, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So at the Roval, I mean, Bubba and Tyler Reddick, two of the drivers below the cut line. Austin Cindric also below the cut line, and Ross Chastain even though Ross had a fairly decent run, kind of fell off there at the end of the race in Kansas. But I think we got some storylines coming into the Roval with Bubba and Denny with the Toyota dominance, but they're not all playing along right now together really well. I mean, you saw in the green-white checker before that, Bubba ran Christopher Bell in the wall. And so Toyota, they've got a lot of very strong-willed drivers, and it's going to be interesting to see how they work together. One thing I wanted to point out, the Zane Smith crash, crazy crash there. We talked to Zane last week here on the show, and he was really looking forward to being in Kansas. Before that accident, Zane was running anywhere between 7th and 15th, so a very nice run for that 38 team. And he just got into the wall, and it's like the car rode up the wall and then slid on the side there throughout and then took a couple of tumbles. Also involved in that crash was John Hunter Nemechek and Ty Gibbs and Josh Berry. And I'm not sure, Warren, if you saw some of the other angles of this accident, but on YouTube, a fan there in the stands was actually recording at that moment and posted a video on YouTube. Josh Berry took a head-on hit into the wall, driver's side impact. So I'm glad to see Josh was okay, as well as Zane, because those were two scary accidents there. And again, Zane proven that 38 team has a lot of speed. It just got to get the finishes together. And I think in the offseason, that's something they can work on. But glad to see Zane's okay with that accident. Kind of reminiscent of, I don't know if you guys have watched some previous highlights, but I can't remember the exact date. I want to say it was a couple of days off of the last time a 38 car like Zane Smith rode
I saw they
the wall.
posted that somewhere. I can't remember when it was.
It was at Bristol. Casey Kane in the Xfinity Series drove the number 38. Great clips car. And I think that was a 2-day difference, 20 years and 2 days or something like that. That very similar accidents happened to both 38 cars. So I just thought that was interesting.
Also tie it to a movie, Cars. It reminds me of Cars.
Oh, yeah.
When like McQueen goes up on the fence.
Only Warren would know that.
Love Cars. Great movie.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, we're going to take our first break here. And when we get back, we're going to go over some news and notes out there. And we hope that you'll join us back here after the break.
Stick around for more Around the Turn. We'll be back after this short break.
All right, guys, welcome back. We are looking over the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the Roval here, looking at turns, I think it's 16 and 17 as you're coming off the racetrack into the little chicane there. This is going to be an action spot as you head into the weekend.
So you're telling me I have a prime time spot by sitting here?
You do, yeah. And if you miss this chicane, you have to stop on the front stretch, wait 10 seconds, and then you have to take back off. So good to see that. You may notice those pink pit walls. We're going to talk about why they're pink here in just a second, but let's go through some of our news and notes. And this kid is doing it all right now. Connor Zillage breaks the top 10 record in the Xfinity Series after this weekend in Kansas. He has collected 16 consecutive top 10s, beating a 41-year-old record from Sam Ard, one of the pioneers of the NASCAR Xfinity Series. And speaking of Connor, if you're heading out Friday to the Truck Series event, Spire Motorsports has tapped him to drive the Delaware Life number 7 Chevy Silverado. I think you can go ahead and pencil Connor Zillage in as one of your favorites to win that Truck Series race there in the Spire truck. Good to see Connor getting some time in the Truck Series. Haven't seen him a lot there, and I think he and the Spire team, that 7 truck's always strong, so good to see that Connor's going to be in there and maybe taking a checkered flag there at the Roval. Speaking of checkered flags, this is Nick Sanchez after he won in Atlanta earlier this year, and Sanchez has announced that he and Big Machine Racing will be returning in the 2026 NASCAR Xfinity. Well, now it's NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts.
That's going to be hard to get used to next year.
Yes. It's after this year, Xfinity is going away, and it's going to be the O'Reilly Auto Parts series. So Nick will be back with the 48 team there. And a couple of more Xfinity / O'Reilly Auto Part Series news. Daniel Hemrick will be driving the number 11 this week at the Roval. Butterbean Queen. I want to say McQueen, but it's Queen. Brandon Queen actually had a great run this past week in Kansas in that 11 car. So Daniel's got a lot of experience there on the Roval and also Las Vegas. He's got some big ties there with South Point Casino and Resort. So Daniel's going to be in that 11 car the next 2 weekends in the Xfinity Series. And Kaulig Racing, speaking of that, Chris Rice is now the CEO of Kaulig Racing. He was the president, but has been elevated to the CEO position in that. So we were talking about, Warren, the pink pit walls out there. Say that 5 times fast if you can. Pink pit walls. And that happened on Tuesday at Charlotte. Eric Jones and his foundation, along with some of his fellow NASCAR drivers, were out in Charlotte, and they were painting the pink walls. This benefits the Eric Jones Foundation in support of breast cancer. His mother, or his not his mother, his family, his dad had some cancer in the family. So this is a near and dear to Eric Jones, and you can see there Cole Custer, Noah Gregson, Ross Chastain helping paint some of the walls. I think Daniel Dye was out there yesterday as well. And this is something they do every year since the Blue Cross Blue Shield sponsorship has come on for the Xfinity Series. You can see they pink out, and they encourage everyone on Saturday to wear pink to the Xfinity Series race if you can. I know they're working at the Speedway. A lot of the Speedway officials will be wearing some sort of pink as well to help support breast cancer awareness. And you can see even the little ones getting in on painting the pit wall. And it's really cool, Warren. You and I were talking about this earlier. If you are in North Carolina, you can donate some canned food items to your local Blue Cross Blue Shield office and get some free Xfinity Series tickets.
I believe the deadline to donate, I read today, I believe is October 3rd.
Okay.
So you have to get that done before October 3rd if you want to be able to get the free tickets to be able to go to the race on Saturday.
So you have till Friday to do that. And there's Ross again painting the wall. Eric Jones is going to talk about why this is so important to him.
Yeah, it's just been fun to really ingrain this program more and more in the foundation. This is year 3 for us with the WindowNet program, and just to watch it grow. Hope it continues to grow and become bigger and more of a part of this weekend every year. So always love hearing the survivor stories, getting to meet a handful of them and just see them out here, get them out for the race. A lot of them maybe never been to the race before or any race before. So that's a lot of fun as well. But yeah, love the program. This is a huge program for us every year with the foundation, and always a big focus for us.
And Eric was speaking of the pink window nets. There is the pink window net.
That's really
you can
cool.
See
like
there.
that.
Yeah, and I believe, don't quote me on this, but I know in years past, I'm not sure if this tradition's continuing, but I believe in years past, these have been auctioned off by each driver that runs one of these. I think it's been autographed, and all the proceeds go to the Eric Jones Foundation, which he distributes out to multiple other agencies to kind of help with cancer research and things like that. So that is what the drivers will be driving. I think most every driver in the Cup Series, Xfinity Series, and Truck Series will be supporting a pink window net there. And speaking of the Roval, you can kind of see there's some of the pink window nets there. This is the Front Row Motorsports lineup for this week. Noah Gregson driving the Rush Truck Center's number 4 Ford. Todd Gillen in his Loves number 34 Ford, and the Long John Silver's number 38 of Zane Smith. And Zane's hoping to keep all 4 wheels on the ground this week. There's Carson Hosfar. He's going to be sporting a new paint scheme. You can see the pink window net. There's Ryan Preece in the Totino's Ultimate Pizza Bites. Justin Haley also has a pretty cool paint scheme coming in. And one of my favorites, William Byron, the Blood Cancer Center Valvoline Chevrolet. The Truck Series participating, some pink there on the Bailey Curry truck. Chris Wright will be driving the 16 truck at the Roval as well. And some pretty cool paint schemes there.
I like the window nets because I've never seen that in person. So I think it's going to be pretty neat to see those cars going by with the pink window nets. I think they're pretty neat.
It is. It's really neat to see, and really neat to see the community come together for that. I love this Justin Haley paint scheme, but I really love William Byron's paint scheme coming
cool.
up. This is going to be a collector car for me. I will definitely buy the diecast of that. So anyways, we are going to take another quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about the Roval and get some drivers' input on that.
Stick around for more Around the Turn. We'll be back after this short break.
All right, we are back here looking out over the Roval, and I forgot. I missed a paint scheme here. Warren found this yesterday on X, and this is Christopher Bell and one of his friends unveiling the paint scheme for the Roval.
Let's do it, Cam.
Jingles.
You're famous, Django.
It's so cool. I got Django 4 years ago. He's an 8-year-old ball python. I was about to go to St. Jude, and my family knew I loved snakes, so I got Django.
Well, more power to Cam, because I don't think I could have a snake around my neck.
No thanks.
No, I'll pass on that. But that's really cool that that Cam was able to design Christopher Bell's number 20 car this week at the Cup Series race at the Roval. And I'm telling you, Christopher Bell, good record there at the Roval. He's won there as a to advance into the next round. So who knows? You might be able to see that paint scheme.
I thought that was cool. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It was designed by, you know, St. Jude kid, and me having kids is special like that. And I believe Chase Elliott has done that before too, right? Where a kid was able to design the paint scheme of the car, and whatever they drew, they made it come to life on the car, and it's really cool to see them do that.
Yeah, and Chasen does that at the Atlanta race for the Atlanta Kids Hospital there. So really cool to see that. And, you know, this is a special weekend for many reasons, because they are supporting breast cancer or cancer awareness in general at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's a home track for, like I said, 95% of the teams, and a lot of fans and family members and team members will be out at the track. And normally when you get to Charlotte, you kind of see these special paint schemes that kind of just highlight the importance of these races at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So really cool to see that. Let's talk about the Roval, and something else you'll be seeing is the turtles. And so those turtles are those blue big bumps there on the road course that keeps you from going into places you shouldn't be. And Chase Briscoe was there with a few fans earlier this week painting some of those, and we got a chance to talk to Chase and look at his outlook here heading into the Roval.
And we've seen it time and time again where just anything can happen and will happen, especially in that playoff race. So, yeah, it's a race that you definitely want to either have a win already or, you know, be 60-plus points ahead. And we've seen it time and time again where just anything can happen and will.
To Charlotte, and once again trying to adapt what we know from our last couple of years to the Roval, where we had a great playoff race there last year. Not good enough to win. We were in a must-win last year, but yeah, it's going to have to be a good event for us regardless. But it has been frustrating, and it's actually probably been one of the weakest areas for me this year.
So there you heard from Chase Briscoe and Austin Cindric. Chase Briscoe above the cut line, Austin Cindric below the cut line. And kind of just looking here at the point standings here, and I'm going to look at this, make sure I get the numbers correct. But I think Austin Cindric is about 60 points from where, let's see, let's pull it up here. Yeah, Austin Cindric is very, very below the cut line there. So he's going to have to take a big swing at things and try to win the race. Chase Briscoe also in that area where he's safe for right now. He is 21 points above the cut line, but the Roval always brings about chaos, and you're never really safe at the Roval, so we'll watch that. So Chase Briscoe, again, 21 points above the cut line. Austin Cindric, 48 points below the cut line. So not only is this a cutoff for the NASCAR Cup Series, but also a cutoff for the Xfinity Series. We're going to talk to Brandon Jones and Sam Mayer. Brandon Jones won last week in Kansas for the Xfinity Series, so he's locked into the next round. And, well, Sam Mayer is trying to get his third win in a row at the Roval.
What's cool about the racetrack, it migrates and it changes constantly throughout the day. And so you'll see guys run the bottom lane, the middle lane, the top lane. And for racers, we love that because that creates passing opportunities. It creates cool side-by-side racing. So it just puts on an awesome show every single time.
But winning there the last 2 years has been awesome. It's been a great experience to go out there and win. I have 2 of the exact same trophies, just the number on them. The date is a little different, so that's the only thing. But I'd love to get a third one of those because that means I'm automatically in the round of 8. I have more bonus points, and we won another race as a Haas Factory team. So I'm really looking forward to that one purely because of all those reasons. And
what's cool about the racetrack,
so that's Sam Mayer and Brandon Jones. And Sam Mayer has won here the last 2 years, and it's do or die for him. He is normally below the cut line, but as I look at the Xfinity Series playoff right now, maybe we can let me pull this up for you right quick. And yeah, Sam Mayer is above the cut line by a decent amount, so we'll see how that plays out. But there's always someone to watch the 41 car as you head into the Roval. So Warren, unless you have anything to add there, we'll take our last break, and then we'll come back and talk about who we think makes the cut in the playoffs, who doesn't, and our race picks. I know everybody's excited about that. Warren got me last week. He picked the winner. So stick around. We'll be right back here in just a second.
Stick around for more Around the Turn. We'll be back after this short break.
Did you do Xfinity Series?
Oh, you mean the points?
Yeah.
Or like who's going to win? Or
no, who you think's going to?
No, I didn't do that. I mean, I say Zillage is going to win the whole thing.
No, who you think gets cut in the playoffs?
Oh, for the Xfinity, no, I did not.
Okay. I'll start off with mine, and then we'll go to Cup. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Well, we are back here, and this is our last block. We are going to be talking about playoffs, who we think gets in this round, who gets cut, and also talk about the drivers we think we need to watch. So I am going to pull up here. This is the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs. That way you guys can kind of see the cut line there and let you know what to expect.
Rick's going to make it. Hard to believe. I don't think Logano's going to make it. At least, who else we got left?
He didn't fill out his notes.
Yeah, well, I feel like, you're right. I didn't fill out that part. My bad. Can you pull the standings on? Look at it real quick.
Yeah.
Let's see. The 2 Penske's I don't think are going to make it.
So you got Cindric and Logano out.
Well, I think Bubba's going to be out. Even though, spoiler alert.
Somehow, some way, Ross Chastain makes his way in there. I think you're going to see a lot of help from SVG to Ross Chastain. I think that connection there, I think there will be somehow, some way that Ross Chastain makes it into the final 8.
Well, that's speaking of him, he's my driver to watch.
Oh, so
the one and only Mellow Man.
All right, so Warren is picking Ross Chastain to his driver to watch. So go ahead. Who's your dark horse again?
Like I said, dark horse, we're going to go with Bubba.
All right.
We're going to go Bubba.
He's got the props.
And you
winner?
just said it. How can I go against him? Ginsburg. I can't go against him. I call him Mr. Road Course.
All right. So Warren's bringing the props. He's going to go with SVG as his winner. So my driver to watch is also Ross Chastain. My dark horse is Michael McDowell. And I think he's going to do it back-to-back. Give me A.J. Allmendinger to win at the Roval, back-to-back Rovals victories there. So that is it. If you are heading out to the Roval this weekend, I hope you have a fantastic time. I know Warren's heading out there. Lots of events coming up. On Thursday, you have fan days at Spire Motorsports, Nice Motorsports.
Joe Gibbs is Friday.
Friday is Joe Gibbs at Charlotte Motor Speedway after the Truck Series race. Friday is also Hendrick Motorsports Day, so you can go over and see Chase and Alex Bowman, William Byron, Kyle Larson, Jeff Gordon's going to be there, Corey Day. So a lot of fan activities going on.
I'll throw one more in there. I believe Kevin Harvick is signing in the Concord Mills Twin Peaks restaurant on 11 a.m. on Saturday. No ticket required. It said they'll have the hero cards like this. I didn't read anything about if you could bring anything that's signed, but that's all I saw, 11 a.m. So there you go, Kevin Harvick.
Yep. So there you go. If you are heading there, please let us know. Hey, if you're there and you head there, send us a picture. We'd love to see you there. You can do that racing@wbtw.com. We'll get those. If you send a picture, we'll put you on here on our show. So we want to say thank you, and we appreciate you watching here around the turn. And until next week, we got a lot to talk about. I think we're going to be talking about the drivers who get cut, preview in Las Vegas, and I believe Warren's got a little activity set up too as we head into the weekend. So until then, we hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Enjoy the Roval, and we'll see you back here next week.
Thanks for watching Around the Turn with Scotty Powell. Join us next week for another look at the world of NASCAR. If you want to talk with Scotty or you've got a topic you think we should talk about, send us an email to racing@wbtw.com.